Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette here with an introduction to the readings for the month of April. Now, just to let you know what type of work I'm doing here, I'm going to start with a tarot spread with a deck called Lady Lescott Tarot. Quirky, very quirky deck. Then I'll be using to highlight that two things, depending on how I feel at the moment. The VERA SIBILLA cards that you know, and then this lovely Lenormand deck that my friend Shivani, hi Shivani, had made for me. And I'll be using that as well. And of course the runes. I'm reading for you on the 17th, which would be the new moon. So there is an added energy to these readings and really stepped up insight. Let's get on to the readings, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hello Scorpio. It's Christelle. Let's see what is in store for you for the month of April. Here you are. Let's see what's in store for Scorpio in the month of April. Okay, let me show you these cards. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Now, as an incoming card, this Knight of Pentacles is a card that is very, very interactive at a personal level and at a head level, but very, very slow. You're asking yourself, should I get in touch? Should I not get in touch? Should I communicate with those people? Should I not? Would it be best to wait for a window of opportunity? Should I connect to one of those people? Should I just wait until I'm feeling better? This is what you're asking, and it's a constant going through your mind. What should I do in relation to that other person? I see it as one person, perhaps more than one, and two. You know, there could be two people of interest there, and the action that you ultimately take is a very is a sidestep. All right, you seem to reason along different lines instead of going directly to the source. You use your intellect in order for you to project some fiery notion, concept, emotion. This is what you would like to do. Excuse me. It seems that you have no intention of going directly to the source and saying, look, excuse me, this is this, that is that. What shall we do? You know, there's none of that in your mind. And in your mental environment, you have a situation that is optimal for you in your mind. You're in a position where you're getting stronger, you're becoming more self-confident, and You are not ready yet to direct communication with a specific person or persons. No, not at all. Not ready to direct your communication, excuse me, specifically to that one other person or persons. Excuse me. Now, your emotional state is what is at stake, is what is weakest in the month of April. We have the Seven of Wands here. This is Mars in Leo. I would attempt to say that your emotional state will improve in the period of Leo. In the period of Leo, we're talking about the 21st of July to the 20th of August. That would be a window of opportunity for you to then be more direct in your communication, in your emotional communication with that same person, those same people. So whereas I don't see a complete break in communications with this person, because there's a sidestepping, there's this indirect way of communicating them, what I do see is the element of change here, represented by the card of the Ace of Swords. And that talks about the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius period, the air signs. Now, we are moving toward Gemini, which would be in the period of May to June, May 21st to June 20th, would be the Gemini period. The others, you know, we just came out of the Aquarius period. The other air sign would be the Virgo period, which would be the August 21st to September 20th. Now, not the air sign, sorry. Let me see. Am I going crazy or? All right, the Ace of Swords is the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius period. And the Aquarius period we just came out of. Gemini is coming forward, as I said, in the Libra period would be further down the line, which would be September 21st to October. Now, what does this mean for us? This means that in those 3 periods throughout the year, just now in Aquarius, there was a moment when you were ready for direct communication. It didn't work. You weren't last minute, you didn't take up the opportunity and truly then made a decision then, and it's being dragged out to now, and you're seeing the aftermath of that now. There are 2 other windows of opportunity, both in the other 2 periods, Libra and the Gemini period. So that would offer you windows of opportunity for a change. Now, let me take the Lenormand cards to see what they can add. And I'll be starting with the first entrance card, which is our Knight of Pentacles here. Shall I not? Yes, well, the communication is telling you with the bouquet and the letters, they're telling you to do it, to open, to give. This is what the counseling comes, the guidance from the cards come. But that would preclude a number of things that I'm seeing is not going to take place. Let me take a look. Well, there you go. I have the Ring and the Mice. You are not ready for a meeting. You're not ready for a union with that person. You're not ready to hook up with them, even on a simple dating level, on an everyday level, on an as a confrontational, on a confrontational level. Let me take this Ace of Swords here, the air sign periods. I'm getting the garden and fidelity, well, the garden and the dog here is telling us that it will have to be a moment in time when you are coming out, when you are feeling better. And I don't see this as happening in the month of April at all. But let's take a look at the runes and see what they have to add. Okay, there is an interesting message here. First of all, the environment that you take, the environment that you have. When I said that you feel comfortable, you feel self-confident, it's an environment where you are alone. You are alone, you have interaction at a work level, your activity level, but you feel comfortable because you are alone. You're not with that person, and you know who you are, okay? That's one very basic question, issue. And the other is the action that you take. The action that you take, here too I have diag, and it talks about an interactional action. It's counseling you, Scorpio, to be interactional, not communicate on your own, in your own way, at a higher dimension, or at whatever dimension that you use to communicate with that person, but it has to be a confrontational level. Also, I'm seeing here, Scorpio, that the emotional trouble that you feel when you're just not ready for a confrontation, you're just not ready to be with that person at any level, that's still a period that you have to get over. This is still a period that has been characterizing you for a while, and you have to know how to face that situation, because it's something that is being cyclically repeated, the way you interact with someone else. Also, no matter what kind of work you do, no matter what kind of, how psychic you are, how intuitive you are clueless as to what will bring you out of this this period of being locked in, as to how to directly communicate, because you seem to always have this circular way of communicating and never face to face can you outwardly ask or interact, it seems. Now, of course, these are generalizations. These are general readings, and I invite you to order a personal reading if you feel that there's something I can help you with. But what I'm seeing here is that there's a problem with communication with a person, one particular, or two, and I do believe there are two here. However, what augurs well is Ingvats. And Ingvats tells me that there is a house to be built. There is a terrain to be constructed. There is a time and a place where things need to grow. And in the future, when the Ace of Swords, you're able to come out the garden. I do hope this was of help to you, Scorpio. I want to thank all of my older subscribers who have stuck with me. I really appreciate your support. Welcome, new subscribers, until we read together again. Namaste. Bye-bye.